Hey guys, in this video I will be reviewing the new Sony A7 Mark II. This camera has been out for about 2 months now and I have been shooting with it, putting it through its pace for the last few weeks. Before I tell you guys why this is almost the perfect camera for me, I will tell you guys a little bit about my background and what I do. I have been doing photography for about 7 years now. My main work has mainly been portrait, fashion, editorial type of work. Now that I get to travel a bit more, I start to get into more of traveling, documentary, and landscape work. I was a Canon shooter and my main go-to setup include a 5D Mark III, 24-70 f2.8L, the legendary 135mm f2L, and the most bang for your bucks in my opinion, 85mm f1.8. That setup delivers exceptional images, but it was very big and bulky for me to carry around. Pretty much I only bring it out when I'm on a shoot or in studio. So now since I'm traveling around, I would like to have a mobile setup that still delivers that same exceptional quality images, and I believe I have finally found it with the A7 II. I have shot with the original A7 last year, however I felt like it was incomplete. There is something missing and it wasn't enough of a pull for me to give up my Canon setup. The Mark II of this camera caught my attention because of the built-in 5-axis stabilization. I always knew that the A7 system is a special one. I mean, it has a full frame sensor and you can pretty much mount any lens on it via an adapter. In other words, this is pretty much a poor man Leica, or almost. So when I hear that the Mark II version will have a built-in 5-axis IS, the first thought that came to my mind was, wow, I can now mount and stabilize any lens that ever made for a full frame sensor. I mean, all the Leica lenses will now be stabilized, all the Nikon and Canon primes lenses will be now stabilized. I mean, this is absolutely huge. And let me tell you, it works amazing in both stills and videos. So I'm going to show you a few low light shots that I was able to use a pretty low shutter speed, hence lower ISO, and the images are absolutely clean. The 5-axis stabilization wasn't the only upgrade over the original. You now have a much better built quality for the body. Feels amazing, like it was carved out from a block of metal. The grip also has been improved to provide a much better comfort, and the overall ergonomic of the camera is very good. The camera of course is also weather sealed, and I think ergonomically speaking, this is an improvement in pretty much all aspects of the camera. Video mode has also been improved. You now have access to a much higher bit rate and also much better compression with XVAC. The image looks very nice, just as you would expect coming out from a full frame sensor. There are still some moire and aliasing here and there, but the overall picture is very good. You also have access to the mic input and the headphone jack, so you can monitor your sound when you are recording, which I think is very important for a video shooter. Image quality wise, straight out of camera JPEG has been improved a lot. Images look very clean and very detailed. Color reproduction is very good. High ISO performance is amazing due to the awesome combination of a full frame sensor and the fantastic 5-axis stabilization. Sony said the autofocus system is about 30% faster than the original A7, and I think it's about right. Focusing is very fast, and I also love the implementation of manual focusing on this camera. It is so easy with the help of focus peaking and magnified view. This is, in my opinion, a very good camera to shoot manual focus glass. Of course, there are no cameras that is perfect. The A7 Mark II came very close in my opinion. However, there are a few flaws. First, the battery life on this camera is horrendous. It is very bad. I can easily go through 3+ batteries in a day. The good news though is these third-party batteries are very cheap, so I just get a bunch of them. Like you see here, I have 4 from Wasabi, so it's somewhat helped with the battery situation. The second flaw of this camera is that Sony does not include a external battery charger. I think this is a complete oversight on Sony part. I mean, if you want to charge the battery with this camera, you literally have to put in the battery and then plug in the micro USB cable to charge it, and that is very inconvenient. But the good thing is, if you buy these aftermarket third-party batteries, they do come with their own charger, and the charger works perfectly fine with the OEM Sony battery, so that is the good news. The final flaw of this camera and of the current mirrorless camera is that the continuous autofocus is still not good enough for sports shooter. So if you do mainly sports, you will want to stick with something like a 5D Mark III, 1DX, or their Nikon equivalent. But if you are a portrait or landscape shooter, of course fast autofocus is not important at all, because most of the time I just either manual focus or just use single point autofocus, and I have no problem getting the focus exactly where I want it to be. So in conclusion guys, this camera is amazing. I love it so much. I always have it with me when I go out due to such a small form factor. The images are absolutely phenomenal, nothing short of what I used to get out of my 5D Mark III system. The Sony lens systems continue to expand. There's a lot of new lenses coming out this year, like the one that I'm most looking forward to, the 28mm f2. So you know, eventually they will have a very good lens lineup. And the most important things for me is that this camera motivates me and push me to go out and shoot more and more and more. And so far it has been very enjoyable. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. I hope I was able to give you guys some insight regarding this camera. And if you are on the fence, please go try it out, and I'm sure you will walk away very impressed. So in general, please guys like the video if you guys liked it, and subscribe for more future videos. Thank you.